Hello Aquarius. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. And please keep in mind that for this reading, I am not channeling any spirit guides, positive or negative. This is just my higher self, my higher intuition. Only in the end of this reading, I do channel, and that is to Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel to provide you some advice on what you may need to do regarding this situation. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. Some of you might have been one in recent times, and others of you, you may just have a situationship. What I see here, though, is that the both of you do have a bit of history because of the type of cards that are coming out here. So already, this is going to be very narrow. It's going to be resonating not with everybody. May resonate a little bit with some of you, though. Okay. Interesting. Under the bottom of the deck, you have feelings and emotions, which is pretty amazing because that is the overall arching theme. So the first card is the strongest. You have your doubt, followed by growth. Then you have selfhood, crisis, illusion, surrender, illness, wellness, laughter, and then you have emotions and feelings, or rather feelings and emotions under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aquarius, a lot has changed in this connection, and my expectations have changed now too. Right now, my mindset is of the type that just feels that this is not going to work out. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, I am doubting that the both of us will be able to be together. I have these doubts because of what I did, not because what you did. I feel a lack of faith and a lack of truth. For this reason, I'm not able to be that person that you want me to be. And I do know now, and I realize that in this connection, things should have been slow and steady. But they were not. Things in this connection, our speed was fast and furious. I never really got a chance to get to know you, the real you. What your traumas are. What were your dreams? What are your dreams for the far future? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? I only looked at the surface, the materialistic, and I only went forward with that. I never really got to know you, the real you. And now I doubt that I ever will be able to. Because now I see you as somebody who is different. You've changed. What happened between us has changed you. I didn't change you, but the circumstances and the things that have happened between us, that changed you. But to me, I feel that if I didn't come into your life, you wouldn't have changed at all. You would have still been the same. But I've changed you. Either directly or indirectly. And I see you now as somebody who is independent. You're thriving. You're distant. You're so different. You are no longer the same person that I used to know. And for this reason, it's hard to approach you. I feel that in this connection there is this desire to want to have this freedom, this selfhood, this single and ready to mingle kind of attitude I see that comes from you. This behavior comes through you and it shows through your actions simply because you don't need me anymore. Before, it seemed to me as if you were dependent on me emotionally, that you needed me, you couldn't live without me. But now that looks different to me. Now it seems as if you are self-reliant, self-sufficient, independent, you don't need me, you are defensive. And this is not somebody that I knew before. The mystery that enveloped you, I had uncovered back then. And I discovered who you were, and I knew who you were. But then things changed. And now you are someone different. And now for me to reignite this flame, where the fire has burned out, I'm finding it extremely, extremely intimidating and difficult. How do I restart this? How do I even do it? And this is why I'm overwhelmed. My mind is in a crisis moment right now. There's a lot of anxiety, stress. My mind is a mess. I'm so overwhelmed that these feelings and emotions I'm unable to sort out. It's a storm brewing inside of my heart and my mind. I'm overwhelmed because I cannot sort these emotions out, and I can only communicate with you after I sort them out. There's frustration, there's impatience, there's mental anguish. And all of this I feel on the inside because of the way I view you now. But do I show you any of this? I do not show you any of this. I hide behind a false veil, behind a false mask, showing you a different side of me. A side perhaps that's very nonchalant, a side that just doesn't care, a side that's very cool. I don't need you. But the truth is, on the inside, my mind, my heart, they're racing. And they're racing for you. I have not told you, and you probably don't feel this because of the distance that we have. But I feel like I belong to you, and that in some way you belong to me. And this feeling of surrendering to one another, it is very strong. I do believe that you have that power of making me weak, and you have that power of making me well. You are that individual. You have that power over me. Right now, there are certain things that are holding me down, holding me back. Emotional trauma from this lifetime, from a past life. Burdens, restrictions, constraints, barriers, things that are preventing me from reaching above the surface of this water and seeing your shining face. You are that sunlight. But things are weighing me down. My past is haunting me and it's weighing me down. My burdens and my responsibilities are weighing me down. I can't be with you the way that you want me to. As of right now, I'm just not ready. I'm absolutely not ready. The friendship that I have with you, I cherish, very dear to my heart. You are somebody who is like a best friend to me. I feel as though I can confide in you, talk to you, tell you anything, and I don't fear that you're going to judge me. You know what makes me tick. You know what makes my heart happy. Overall, I feel that in this connection, all that has happened between us, yes. Do I have feelings and emotions for you? Yes, I do. When you laugh, my world is happy. And when you're upset, when you cry, nothing feels good at all. I get irritable. Everything's annoying. You brought light into my life by bringing me and giving me these feelings and emotions. But I know that in this connection, before, things happened way too fast. And now I am hoping at some point, one day, that I will be able to reintroduce myself to you. We both can introduce ourselves to each other. And then we can start again. But for now, I have doubts that that would even happen. All right, Aquarius. Very different and unique reading. It's a very light / kind of fluffy reading, but it is and it's not. It's in between, actually. Somebody here got into a relationship and they didn't look at the depth of the emotions and the love that was connected. And it was only on the surface that they liked an individual. They may have only liked the physical aspects. And they never really got involved in what this person truly desires, what they want, what are their dreams, what are their aspirations. Building dreams together, that's not something that was on their mind. But then you pulled away. And for some of you cross-watchers, this might be you. But there was this distance. And now because this distance has occurred, this other person is completely overwhelmed. They were not expecting you to be like this. Now for some of you, you may have actually turned into a very independent and self-reliant, self-sufficient person. Maybe you were before. But even if you are, even if you're not, the point of this card, selfhood, the third one here, this does indicate that in the viewpoint of this other person, this is how they view you. This is how they see you. That you don't need them, you are independent, you are thriving. You're like the Nine of Pentacles here. And what happens is when they have that feeling, they get very insecure and they become intimidated. How am I supposed to reach out to my Aquarius now that my Aquarius has changed so much? There's hesitation, and that is why you have here doubt. Okay. And who changed you? You didn't change yourself. Circumstances and this person changed you. We start off strong and we think we're strong, and then we find somebody and then that person makes us weak. But after some time, we end up getting stronger again. It happens. It's like a wave. You have to catch that wave. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Oh, okay. So this is anything that may have occurred in the first place that caused the problem. Okay. So we have here the King of Cups, and then we have transformation. All right. So we have here how at some point in time it appeared that the person that you were with, Aquarius, may have been mature emotionally. They may have been. They may have appeared to have a lot of wisdom and even a lot of integrity. This is how it seemed to you. But then this person stopped learning. They stopped having that emotional wisdom. They stopped having integrity. They were almost immature in a way. Here there was a desire that this person had to control and have control over their own aspirations. They needed to stop fantasizing and they needed to start getting to work. Here you were dealing with somebody who started to become very inconsistent and unreliable. So this person changed, Aquarius. You thought you knew them, but then you never really knew them at all. That's really bad. And what I see here is it turned out okay in the beginning. You guys, this person took on that role and it seemed as if everything was going to be okay. But then things did change. And because of the changes now, this person, not only have they taken a step back, but they truly have changed. This person was fantasizing. They were not practical. They were not realistic. And every time there was something that you wanted to do, they were being very inconsistent to the point where they started to become unreliable. Now, why did they do that? Let's have a look. Maybe transformation will tell us why they did that. So this is any reason why this connection kind of went downhill in the first place. So here we have a situation where it talks about stagnation. How there was a lot of stagnancy, resisting transformation. This person was resisting any type of change. There was this desire and this realization that there needs to be a move in a new direction. However, there was an inability to do so. And this talks about a possible feeling of being very rigidity. So this person was stubborn. They didn't want to change things the way they knew. They were very comfortable. So, my way or the highway, unfortunately. Some of you, and there's variations of narcissists, some of you may have been with somebody who you would consider a narcissist. This person was essentially very stubborn. They wanted things to happen their way because it was convenient for them, because it was easy for them. Now, they didn't do this out of any actual malice. This is just who they are. Unfortunately, there's some people like that. They do the dumbest shit, and you may think that they're actually doing it on purpose, but they just don't know any better. That's just how dumb they are. I've dealt with a lot of people like that. Family members. People getting married into the family. Yes. It's ridiculous. Some people are so oblivious. They're so blinded by what they're doing They don't see what the other person is feeling or thinking. There's a lack of an emotional intelligence. There's that lack of empathy. Unfortunately, you can't be in a relationship if a person thinks like that. Then it's best not to be in a relationship at all. No. This is not the type of person you want to be in a relationship with. At least this mindset right now is not good for you, and this mindset, it's still there even now. Because the cards that you had did not show me any type of evolution. It didn't show me that they were regretting anything or that they're learning something. They're not wiser. They're not grieving. They're not like falling in love, or like there's no major cards that you had. They're just completely confused right now. They're overwhelmed. But the one thing they realize is that, you know what? I did waste my time. I should have gotten to know my Aquarius, but I didn't. I screwed things up. So they realize this, but are they regretting it? That's not what showed up. No, they're not yet. For some of you, they may, because it's a general love reading. They might regret it. For others of you, they feel that there are just certain circumstances where they just can't move beyond. Let's have a look. Perhaps these cards can shed some light on this. Is anybody grieving? So this is any plans, any actions, any intentions that may exist. Okay. Wow. Ace of Wands. A lot of sexual attraction. This is talking about wanting. Aha, there you go. This is talking about wanting to have a second chance, but in a very passionate kind of way. And remember, I just talked about wisdom. Like, did this person become a bit wiser? Did they learn a lesson? There you are. Hermit. Good. Now they're evolving. They need to be in that hermit mode in order to think things through. And remember, I just said narcissist, my way or the highway? Well, you got the Emperor here, don't you? Emperor. Very alpha. To the point where it's like, my way. Interesting. There's a lot of heartache and pain. For a small portion of you, this could possibly be a third-party situation. Just a small portion of you. And this is because of the restrictions. Oh my goodness gracious me. Underneath the bottom of the deck. Look at that. 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness. This is very different. This is a very different kind of spread. These cards and the combination have hardly gotten like this. It's erratic. It's all over the place. Just like this person's mind and heart. Here we have somebody saying they couldn't keep it in their pants. So, okay, I hear you. Here we have Ace of Wands. So yes, there is this desire to have a second chance in this connection, a very passionate, physical connection. Ultimately, it's gorgeous. I love the fact that you have the Hermit card here. Now, this person is going to take a step back. They're not going to communicate with you. They're not going to talk to you for quite some time. But the only reason they're doing this is because of self-reflection. You remember you had the illness wellness card before. For me, that talks about sometimes depression and upsetness, despair, hopelessness. But also trauma and things that are holding this person back from being with you the way that you would like them to. So with this card, the Hermit card, now it appears to me that this person is finally going to take a step back and finally concentrate on themselves. So they're going to concentrate on themselves with the questions, why do I do what I do? Why did I do this to my Aquarius? What can I do to fix this? How can I not repeat this? What is the root cause? So they are looking for a situation within themselves. They're questioning themselves. Why did I do this? Why do I continue to do this? These are certain questions that come up. And it is important to note here that this is all self-reflection. So this person will be isolated. They will not talk to people. They will be very quiet. They'll be very kind of like spaced out, like their mind's going to be not in focus because they have other things on their mind. One of the main things is, what's their relationship with themselves? Can they love themselves enough to love somebody else? Can they trust themselves to trust somebody else? Now, even though you have the Emperor card, it's still a good card to have. Because with this card, I see a lot of promise, actual like solid promise. This person does genuinely want to love you and take care of you. They want to have a family with you. The Ten of Cups is the one that's overarching here. Ten of Cups. This person definitely wants to take care of you. They want to be with you. They want to love you. They want to have a family with you, whether this is children or just pets or fur babies or just growth. This is like you both together. There's a beautiful home, beautiful sunny day. The family's outside. Everybody's having fun. It's just a perfect kind of life. It's a perfect life where people can build memories together. And then one day you can look back on those memories and smile and think that, yeah, we did that. But you can only do that if you build those memories. Every day that goes by and you're not together, there's no memories being built. But this is what this person cherishes. Then we also have here the Three of Swords. Yes, there is a lot of heartache and pain. Remember I talked about grieving. Now this does talk about regret, sadness, and melancholy. But it can also talk about, for some of you, a third-party situation also, where this person is unable to decide what they want to do. Their heart and their emotions are with you only. But maybe their finances, their bodies with somebody else. That's just for a tiny portion of you. So do I see this person actually taking any action? In all honesty, the only action I see here is like with the Hermit card. I do see here that they want to have a second chance with you passionately, but before they even do that, they're going to, what I'm seeing is an image of a flame. So somebody just ignited a small fire, but then they realize that they're not ready for it yet. And then they quickly put it out. They extinguish it with something, a cloth I'm seeing. They cover it up. And so now that fire is no more. And now they realize that, okay, before I even start something, I have to reflect and find out what's wrong with me. Why do I do what I do? That's what I'm seeing here with the Hermit card. So even though it does show that there's an intention that this person has, they are actually stopping themselves on their track, and they're trying to figure out themselves first. Let's have a better relationship with me, myself, and I. Once I know myself, then I'll be able to give myself to my Aquarius. So do I see them taking any physical action towards you? No. Do I see them taking action towards themselves? Yeah. They have to fix themselves first. There's something going on here, and there's a lot of inner turmoil. There may be some trauma involved. It could be childhood trauma. It could be a lot of dominance from people in their life. And so they themselves are very dominating, and they just want to be that type of a person because they think that's the right type of person, because that's what they grew up with. Okay. Let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this one. Okay. All right. So we have here, there's no need to worry. Okay, that's a good one. Now we also have here romance. So this is a huge card to have in this deck. For me, this also indicates that the both of you have a spiritual connection with each other. You could be twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners, most likely one of the three. It could be another connection as well, but those are usually not as strong and intense. Or as intense. Okay, then we have the card here, no. Okay, I asked to clarify that, and so now we have here reconsider. Okay. All right, interesting. Then we have here take action. We have here within the next few weeks. Okay, so you do have a timeline. Within the next few weeks or months it could be. Then we have if you believe. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, something that many of you will not want to see a year from now. A whole bunch of sighs. A year from now here also shows me that, remember the Hermit card, right? Well, this person's going to take a while. Unfortunately, with my twin flame connection. It did get a little better recently, which is amazing that it even did. But then it kind of stopped again. He's too overwhelmed. But it took about 4.5 years for even the slightest piece of communication to come through. 4 years. 4 friggin' years. So this is 1 year. Some of you probably have been waiting for more than that. I know. So, Aquarius. Let's see here. So the angels here are saying that there is no need to worry. Many of you are worrying about this, and that's why this came up. They are saying that this is a spiritual-based romantic relationship. Now, let me tell you, Aquarius, not all spiritual connections end up in a happily ever after. Sometimes a person still comes into our life only to show us and to teach us new lessons. We don't know this, but it just happens naturally. We also have here, no. Reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do and think. So there's something that you are going to say, some action, some words, something you are going to do. And they're basically telling you to just stop and think about it twice before you even make that move. So don't be impulsive. Don't be compulsive. Don't be aggressive. Think about what you really want. And think about examining this person and where their mind is coming from before you make any decision. They are telling you to take action. So you can take the lead in this connection. But don't expect any results anytime soon. Because there's a time for everything, and this person's time has not come yet. They're still in that hermit mode. They're still getting into it. Why? Because they were in the crisis mode. Remember, they're very overwhelmed with things that are happening. So we also have here within the next few weeks, you will be able to take action. This could be the next few months as well. And they're saying here, if you believe. So definitely keep that positive energy flowing. If you do believe that this is going to work out, you will be able to put in that intention and manifest that as well. Whatever happens, it may just take a year from now. Here, I would suggest for you to take a step back and don't really communicate too much with this person yet. Let them miss you. Give them that kind of feeling of not having you around. And then when they do that, they'll value you, they'll miss you, they'll realize that they want you. That's typically when somebody comes back into your life. But if you're always showing that you are available and available, they will not value you because you haven't shown them anything different. Aquarius, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with any of you. I did want to make just a quick announcement. Currently, I do have openings for love readings, and the type of love reading I have right now is a written report love reading. So just to briefly give you an idea, I do look into the feelings and emotions of your person of interest, what it is that they're feeling currently towards you. Then I tell you about any type of obstacles, concerns, or issues that they have. And that way, once you know that, then you can, adjust to that accordingly, right? You can take action according to that. Now, also, in the end, I also look into any type of hidden feelings and emotions, things that they're just not telling you, and for whatever reason, right? Eventually, I do have a self-assessment kind of form that I've created, and I did this through other research as well. But that is for you to decide on what it is that you want to do based on your decision. You have to make a decision based on those cards. Either you can decide to be with the person, maybe you don't want to be with the person, maybe you just want to wait after seeing what the results are. But I've created this so that it's more of a self-assessment type thing. It's for you to help yourselves as well. Some people have found it extremely helpful. They do get full clarity because all of the cards, the interpretation is exactly my words. I've written them out. And if not, they're much more detailed than sometimes what I speak. So it is quite helpful. People have already given me good positive feedback regarding that. And if you want to place an order, I do recommend before you place it, have a look at the description before you actually decide to place the order. Read about it. If you feel that that is what you want, then definitely I'll be able to help you. All right then. You all take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys again. Bye now.